Hey guys, a little bit of an oddball review for you today. We're actually going to take a look at one of these lazy chairs. I know, crazy, right? Well, let's hit up the intro and we'll be right back to talk about this thing. All right, and we're back. All right, guys, today we're going to talk about these lazy chairs. You know, these things were all the rage last year. Do you remember all the hair gel survivalists were reviewing them? Everybody had reviews on them. They were the nice summer craze. And then they disappeared, just like a lot of these things do. They disappear, and here I am reviewing one a year later. I turned these things down. I got offered to review these things probably 2 dozen times. I turned them down. I said, no, it's not what my channel's about. And then life comes at you fast, guys. So here we are, full circle. The reason why I'm reviewing this is actually kind of a little bit more of a therapeutic tool than anything. I got to get a little bit personal into the Bushcraft 412 family here for you guys to understand. I know I don't usually get into the whole family life thing. I like to keep that separate, private. But I do have a son with some processing issues, some sensory processing issues, and we're in the process of getting, you know, the diagnosis and all that stuff. And of course, it's very concerning because these sensory issues often go hand in hand with autism, and that's just a completely and totally scary thing on its own. So, you know, and here we are, and dealing with these problems, which can take on many, many different forms, from like sensitivity to cold and warm and light and touch and sounds and just all these different things that can really overstimulate these kids with sensory disorders. In the research, over and over again, one product kept getting recommended. Ta-da! These lazy chairs. And part of the reasoning behind them is because the way they're designed with that kind of fold and the solid bottom is that the kids can actually get inside, and you're going to start seeing some video cut in here of my son in it, and they actually kind of snuggle inside of it, and it provides a nice pressure for their body. And that is a very comforting thing with kids who have sensory processing disorder. And that being, you know, because they're overstimulated, having that kind of pressure can help their body deal with that overload of stimulus. And I gotta say, you know, like I bought this thing with expectations that this thing was gonna pop in like 13 seconds. I was pretty much like, yep, these are just a dumb summer craze, whatever. So we got this thing home. You know, they're easy to blow up. You just open the end, fill them with air. You know, you can just kind of whoosh them through the air, put them in front of an air conditioner or under a ceiling fan, whatever. You know, you roll them, snap them. You've seen the videos, guys, you know. And so I let my son have at it. He jumped on it, he climbed on it, he slept in it, you know, he's pretty much done everything. And one of the things we found in a matter of just a couple of weeks, this kind of became the timeout chair. Not timeout because he got in trouble, but timeout because he was overstimulated. Say something happens, you know, like the fire. We live literally right across the road from a fire department, and you know the fire trucks go. It's really loud, lights, you know, very loud siren. Then the trucks come out, you know, all that. It can be really overwhelming for him. So, lots of times when that happens, that can kind of start like a bit of a meltdown, and you know, he curls up in this thing, grabs a book, grabs, you know, a toy or something like that, and we'll just kind of chill in there, and it's very comforting to him. And we kind of found very quickly it was something that took away the stimulus very quickly and gave him a nice little comfortable area to sit in and kind of wind down. And now it's amazing because we're a couple weeks in, this thing is not popped. I've seen him like literally run and jump. We did this thing outside, and he was literally running and jumping on it like with a trampoline. And every time he did it, I was like, "That's the last one. It's not going to survive another," and just kept doing that. And that's another thing, guys. So kids with sensory disorders, oftentimes allowing that kid to go and run and jump and be really, really super active is a necessity for them to deal with those stimulus. You know, the equivalent of, you know, like yourself, maybe you've been sitting all day and you just need to get up and stretch. You know, with kids who have that kind of disorder, things get very overwhelming. Running, jumping, crashing into things is very soothing to them. And I know you're probably sitting there, oh, it's just bad parenting. And okay, well, you know, you're welcome to walk a mile in my shoes, guys. But this is something he's jumped on, climbed on, you know, rolled around in, and it hasn't popped. I sat my big old butt in this thing, 275 pounds. It has not popped. I'm really surprised at the longevity of it. And one of the great things, guys, is with something like this, a piece of gear like this, I always judge the quality of something and say, if this were to break, would I buy it again? And in this case, absolutely. I think this thing has proven its money worth in my house. And if this were to break, we would get another. My son really likes it. It's a good kind of therapeutic tool that we're using to deal with his problems. And, you know, it's just kind of a fun thing to have to, you know, when we go places to bring it. You know, we went to one of the family camps for 4th of July. We brought that with us. He was able to, you know, when, you know, he's around 7, 8, 10 other kids, you know, can get a bit overwhelming. He was able to go in here, kind of sit for a second, chill, go back, get back to playing. You know, like when he gets overwhelmed, he can boom, jump in, chill out a minute. You know, it's a very, very helpful thing. Very, very surprising. I did not expect. I never in a million years expected to be making this video, guys. I never would have thought. You know, I never would have thought I'd even be sharing this kind of stuff with you guys. But in the end, like, it's been that useful of a tool in our house. And we've just been very happy with it. And like I said, it's something we will probably buy more of. Because I'm sure at some point it will pop and we will end up having to replace it because obviously it's not going to last forever. But I left it kind of in a semi-deflated state, guys, because I wanted to show you what this thing looks like. You know, I just got the kids to bed about 20 minutes ago, and now I'm kind of doing a cleanup of the house, and I wanted to make this video real quick before I did because I wanted to show you what it looks like at the end of the night. Okay, it's not perfectly 100% filled anymore. The pillow's a little droopy there, but still, even after a couple hours of getting used and thrown around and kicked and jumped on, it's still pretty inflated. It's still like 75% there. Sure, you're not going to be able to sleep on it for 8 hours and have it be perfect in the morning. It's just not built to do that. But for a couple hours, you know, if you're out there using this thing, every couple hours you just got to put more air in it. Not a big deal. It only takes like 10 seconds. So, but yeah, guys, overall, you know, what a nice little product. What a nice help it's been in the house. What a nice help it's been for my son. And if you are facing those kind of similar issues where it is, you know, some sensory issues or whatever, these things are very helpful. They're a really good timeout chair. They're a really good, you know, way for your kid to you know, kind of get snuggled in there and get away from all that trouble, and very helpful. And yeah, I know it's weird. I feel like, what do I say? What a weird video for me to make. But yeah, guys. Yeah, I mean, this is not a piece of survival gear. It's not something you can bring, you know, in the woods and survive on. But was it a very helpful household thing? Absolutely. And very happy I was able to get it. Very happy Gearbest was able to send me one to try out. You know, no strings attached, which is awesome. That's how they are. You know, when I want to try something that's not my normal channel thing, they're always very, very supportive. And overall, guys, just, you know, what can I say? It's been a great help for the house, a great help for the family, and just can't say enough good little things about this as a therapeutic tool.